Like, I know you guys have the, you know, the expectations to your viewers to play hardcore and all, but I don't want to hear any complaints from anyone that willfully chose to play hardcore on Diablo 4, given what they've seen in the server slam and the previous weekend, and the crazy differences and bugs, and like, they've had a miraculous launch in terms of like server stability, and still you guys have no, like, you know, you're asking for trouble, and there's no at that end.
Sure.
You guys both did it. Congratulations.
I play hardcore.
Not everyone's gonna be a winner, but
Always.
you know.
No matter what. Offline, anything. But still, yeah, you're right. I actually recommend that people play softcore on Diablo 4, particularly because of the DC issues. But yeah, I've been very impressed with their launch. Very impressed.
Oh, I am too. I think that the launch has overall actually been good. And it might sound like everybody always like talks about how bad like each of these launches are, and like going into it, people thought it was going to be awful. I actually think the launch went pretty well. Yeah. I do. I think it went quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean there's obviously things they can improve, and I've been very surprised at like the anti-criticism crowd. That's been like the biggest surprise to me. I've seen so many people have like legitimate criticism of things they can get better, and people are like, "Oh, you hate the game," and I'm like, "What's happening here?" Like that's been crazy to me.
I need time to prepare that.
Well, that's Blizzard gamers, you know. That's what you get. And yeah, I've had to deal with that for a long time with WoW, and so it's just like, yeah, anytime that you suggest any sort of an improvement, there's always some reason why you're wrong. No, I understand.
Yeah.
I think the reason why we're all still like within a positive attitude, and why a lot of the things that are coming out, people are trying to be constructive. One thing they have done really well is kind of impress the community with doing changes when no one like. When I played the beta weekend, I thought that was it. You know, I thought like the balance looked like a complete mess, and I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Gave the game a 6. It really surprised me that they tackled anything between that point and the launch, let alone in a pretty good way, I would say. I think they did actually address many of like the build issues at least. And then again on launch, they were just actively doing it. I know some people hate the nerfs and all that, but I think they've really impressed a lot of the like really die-hard players, because it certainly exceeded expectations. I thought we were playing the beta weekend to this day, like to the extended version of it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I mostly agree. The one thing that was very frustrating though is that some of like the really glaring issues that people have been reporting for like 6 to 8 months before from the early betas, etc., like the barb infinite stacking damage and stuff. The fact that that got nerfed like a day or two while they're officially holding a hardcore race, that peeved a lot of people off. Like that could have been done before launch.
Yeah, probably, but generally I totally agree with what Crip said. Like overall the balance changes they are doing really impressed me with like how on point they were generally. I mean, not everything is like perfectly balanced, but you can definitely notice that they are targeting the right things, either with buffs or with nerfs, in my opinion. So there's like nothing where I think like, why did this happen, you know? And that is a really good yeah, like point to go from here on, right? When they do like other, you know, adjustments, or they maybe introduce new items, or, you know, try to bring up other builds. So that's definitely really nice. I think they have like a good team there, like working on the balance in general. So of course, like some stuff, you know, we talked about sourcing it, etc. There might be like some kind of like systemic issues with some classes or with certain builds or so, but we're definitely moving to a point where things are in a really good spot, I think.
How do you
Well, with Sork in mind, I kind of want to just add in, like, I think Sork is a bit underpowered, but I think the different Sork archetypes are actually really well balanced between each other. Like, some do more damage, but there's this kind of curve where the more damage you do, the less survivability you have. And I think with class identity being as strong as it is, it's actually more important that the class's builds are more balanced amongst each other than the classes are balanced. Because, like, if you want just, you know, a crowd control character or a burst character with like Sork in a party, you can't, you know, substitute that. So all classes have this uniqueness to them. I don't think it's that important that the classes do the same damage compared to one another. as it might be in other games.
They had that with Diablo 3, right? It's like each different class had its own leaderboard. So it's like you weren't really competing against like the top person on leaderboards. You were competing against the top person for your class on leaderboards. I think it gets a little bit more messy whenever you have like